Want to know something? Are you crocheting the best mittens you could possibly crochet? Are you staring at the window at a ladybug? Or are you annoying your family with random theories about fun fanfics that you found online? Well, you're probably in the right place. This is not enough questions. If you end up liking what you hear, tell a friend or leave a review.
What's good, everyone? Jewel here, telling you a couple things I forgot. First, the scavenger hunt is still active. No one has won any prizes yet, so that means there's $250 still on the table for anyone to win. With that said, if you want to join the scavenger hunt, look in the link tree. It is right there. Second, we're playing back a social contract because it actually has two answers to the scavenger hunt. You will need to actually listen to the original one to get both answers. Third and lastly, you're at the beginning, you're actually going to hear a bonus episode that we just did with DJ Retrospec. If you want to hear the full episode by itself, unedited, it will be on Patreon. That link is also in the link tree. If I didn't say it before, the scavenger hunt is also in the link tree. For the people who listen in Atlanta, go support DJ Retrospec. Go and help celebrate her birthday on March 16th at Breaker Breaker. But yeah, no, with all that being said, hope you enjoy. Don't shake your head like that, Tyler. You know,
I'm just glad I washed my face. That's all I was thinking of.
Welcome back. I'm you know the voice big my name's Julian. My name today's Big Brother. As you hear, we always have the unperceived Tyler with her egg background.
Woohoo! We're still in the middle of our Easter egg hunt. You know, scavenger Easter egg.
Yes.
Commotion.
Very true. But we're also not alone. We have DJ Retrospect with us today. Another redliner is now joining the show.
Yo, what's going on? They know me outside.
That's what matters. That's what matters.
All right. Since I'm just getting straight into it, how was your last 7-ish days?
It's been good. It's the first week of March. My birthday is this month, so I'm deep into.
Oh, really? Happy birthday!
Thank you. My birthday's on St. Patrick's Day, actually. So yeah. I am deep in planning a silent disco for St. Patrick's Day, and also my birthday at Breaker Breaker on the Beltline on March 16th. Okay. So about 2 weeks out from that. And just getting locked in and getting all the details nailed down and sending out invites and talking with vendors and all those things, all the bells and whistles.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you're the second person I know who has a birthday on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah?
Yep. Second.
Oh, wow. I've not personally met anyone other than myself. And I kind of have a crazy birth story too.
I kind of want to hear it.
Now we need to know.
I didn't know if we had time. I just let it linger. So no, so my mom, one of her pregnancy cravings when she was carrying me was greens, any type of greens she can get her hands on, collard greens, mustard greens, turnip greens. And the pigment from the greens got on my back when I was born. So I was born on St. Patrick's Day and like a little leprechaun baby. I had my whole back was hunter green from the pigment from all the greens that she ate. And it went away. I don't have it anymore. But also to that testament, I don't have a birthmark because of that. So because technically that was my birthmark and it went away.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
I'll let you sit with that.
You were unborn by this birthmark. That's how I took that. It's yeah, I had one, and then it faded away.
Yeah. I don't know if that means I'm unborn or not, but
that's interesting. That is
not unborn. Oh well, that was kind of cool though.
No, it's true. But what about you, Tyler?
My last 7-ish days, I've been working. I feel a little more revitalized because the past couple of months, trials, tribulations, since we just meeting each other, Jazz, trials and tribulations have been a lot plentiful on my side. But I'm like getting out of it a lot, which is nice. Like I feel like I can feel my energy coming back, which is really good. I actually like cooked something and like it didn't wear me out, and I might actually cook dinner after this. Like it's pretty wild. That's pretty big news for me.
Adulting is very exhausting, so I commend you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It's not going to be a hot pocket either. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're live.
yeah, absolutely. Just
Actual stove and
pulling
oven.
out the pan.
You see it. The
I see it. I see it.
But that's all you got, Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, I really just been working and being boring. I went out on Saturday and I played Pokemon Go. And so I was outside at like downtown and there was like a whole bunch of people out there and we actually I've like met people who were doing a raid. And so we all did the raid together. Now they like friended me on Pokemon Go. So it's pretty wild. And then like a lady stopped me, like two ladies stopped like me in the street or whatever. They were like, oh hey, what's this thing that everybody's doing? And so like literally had a whole conversation with some random women about what Pokemon Go was. So it was kind of cute. I was like, oh, okay, like it's kind of cute out here. So I was like, I might do that every once in a while, you know, if I want to touch the sun and meet new people, do a little Pokemon Go downtown. I encourage people to try that out. It's kind of fun.
I love touching the sun. Because I have to start my going to the office every single day. That started today, and I'm like, going to the office every. Oh, Jazz, just so you know, I work for the government.
Okay. You the feds?
No, not no, nah.
You the feds? Okay.
See, this is what I'm trying to. But you know, I have to go in every day. Haven't done that ever since since ever.
You worked remotely up until this point?
It was like hybrid, so I would have to go in at least twice a week, but nothing. Oh, but the thing is, my job, the office is an hour away.
Ooh,
yeah, that's why it's more of an issue. It's like now I have to make that drive every day. And I'm trying not to be there on Friday because it's an hour away. Yeah. So I'm like, let me work 10 hours a day, Monday through Thursday. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, as I can imagine.
I'm exhausted. What else has gone on in my last 7-ish days? Actually driving back down, I got a call from 2 calls actually. One from State Farm earlier. They didn't pick up, and I don't know why, because I had to call them all last week because to deal with a whole bunch of past things, fixing my car, my insurance being really high, and then making a claim because someone hit me in a rental. Like, and this is all like things that happened months ago. What else? Oh, but then I got another call, and I think it's about the other car, Tyler.
No, Jesus.
Yeah, Jazz, just to catch you up, I'm a co-signer for someone that was my friend, but they stopped paying it. At least, yeah. At some point in time, they stopped paying it. I found out 3 months after they stopped paying, and this is I co-signed from them. What was it? Sometime in 2023.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How much do they? Well, okay. So now, what does that mean for you?
See, I have to figure that out because right now I can't get off of it. Yeah. So basically, I'm just stuck right now until I can figure a way to either get rid of the car. Like I just have to find a way, or for him to refinance. And the troubling part about that is he stopped responding to me. Like he's not picking up my calls or texts. So, and he's in Florida. That's, yeah.
You should have stuck. You should have led with that.
Yeah, no, this one be a problem, or as big of a problem that I can just knock on his door. It's like, hey, what you doing? No, he's a couple hours away from it.
You should have led with, Florida man should be in the headliner of the story so that we know exactly what to do here.
Oh
You should
my
have started
goodness.
this Florida man.
That's real.
Yeah.
Evades car payments so that I know from the jump where we are here, what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
But wow, no, but that sucks though. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So some positives, and again, I don't even know what the person was saying because I was driving when they called, and I'm like, the only thing I heard was like, I'm looking for Julian Johnson, something about a car in February 2022. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. And I'm like, I'm going to assume it's the other one at this point. Until proven otherwise, it's the other one because I got my car in November. So yeah, but on some brighter side of news, my mom was in town this past weekend. Yeah. She likes to come and visit. Really just how she puts it, put her eyes on us and leave. She was here for Saturday.
That's
such an OG mom thing to say.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she came by Greyhound.
Oh wow.
She left on Friday night.
How far did she travel?
She's in Jacksonville. So it's close to the Florida man, but not close enough to where she can see Florida man.
Yeah, she could have just picked up the car and drove up here.
I don't know what it is. That's the other problem. I need a detective to find this man or put in more effort, but I've been kind of busy. But
no better private eye than your mother.
That is, no. I was debating, like, do I really want to give this man, like, I try not to give my parents or friend, like, involved in my business because I got myself into this, so, but it is an option.
Yeah.
Definitely an option. Yeah, no, that's the 7-ish days. Really, like I said, this is going to be slightly different than how I usually do it. Just for the listening audience, yes, the scavenger, like Tyler said, yes, the scavenger hunt is still on. No one has won the prize yet, so there's still a total of $250 you can win. Jazz, you can still win it too because I know you've not been a part of this. So
yeah.
Thank you, Jazz. I know I kept on saying you, Jazz, but DJ Retrospect.
No, man, we all fam. Please don't even Jazz.
But the floor is yours. You can share whatever you want to share. The floor is yours.
The voice you hear is DJ Retrospect. Pull up on me. Like I said in the beginning, I'm outside. They know where to find me. Yeah, but you can come and see me on Sunday, March 16th at Breaker, right off the Beltline in Atlanta. Partying with day party vibes, St. Patrick's Day vibes, everything green. You're going to get a Jell-O shot as soon as you walk in the door, grab some headphones, get in an immersive audio experience. I'm going to be on the decks all day into the night. We're going to party it up. Come and see me.
I like it. I saw the flyer. I'm like, I might have to be here.
Be there or be there.
Oh my gosh. I almost forgot that this was like a question thing. Okay. So I was like, oh snap, we actually here doing something. Okay. Wait a minute.
The power of me just distraction.
I was just like, man, I don't know. You took me all the way back to Halloween, and after that, I was like, I don't even know where we at no more.
Surprise!
I was like, spookies, we're here now. I was thinking about turkeys, but
next time we can continue.
Okay. But yeah, my question was, why is so much of our media centered around commentary? And so I feel like I was talking about this with some of my friends, like our friends, the mutual friends that we have. And it was just like, podcasts, for example, people just listen to us talk. like you really think about it, like we're just constantly listening to people talk to each other, which I find like really funny. Yeah, I don't know, why is that? What do you think?
My thoughts on I'm gonna be completely honest with you, right? So when you gave me this question, I'm like, ooh, I like this question. I don't know how to answer this question. I was gonna say, I'm like, so what do you mean by this? But okay, I see what you mean. I don't know if it's just an American thing, but I think it's more centered on the fact that people, here in America, we have a fixation on entertainment.
Yeah, that's true.
So with that, I feel like it kind of plays into I'm getting entertained, and I get to feel like I know you specifically, like I'm part of this conversation. I think that's part of that, at least. What about you?
I feel that. I didn't think about it like from an American standpoint, but that's a really good point actually to bring up. Like I didn't think about that. Like, do other places like value commentary to the same level that we do? I feel like yes and no. Some in certain cases, just depends on the place, maybe. But I'm not a global expert or nothing. Just me talking on a podcast.
Well, these are our opinions. Don't hold us liable.
Nobody fact check me, okay? Anyways, I was gonna say, like, I was thinking about it in terms of like in COVID, all these people started doing podcasts, but I feel like it's because like kind of what you were saying too, like it feels like you almost have a community a lot of times. Like not even before that, talk shows. Like you watch a talk show, it's dang near the same thing, except in a different, format. So I just think it's kind of like, we just like hearing people talk. It's like, it feels like relatable. And then at the same time, I feel like a lot of times I'm like, wow, I'm not crazy. Like, you can normally find somebody who's like talking about something and you're like, yo, this hits. Like,
you're saying the same thing I was saying.
Yeah.
Let me listen to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I do think there's some danger into that as well because of the fact that because it's all commentary, there's not a lot of facts.
I did not fact check anything before I got up here. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Well, I'm not an expert.
You see the name for the people who's just listening to this. My name today is Big Brother.
the biggest comment provider.
Yeah, so I feel like there's definitely a danger into it because no one, even though we have this vast amount, we have access to the actual truth of whatever's being said. Everyone takes things at face value. They take it at face value because they gave them whoever they were listening to was like credit. It's like, oh, yeah. I heard this from them. They were right this one time. So whatever they say,
like now it's all right. Yeah.
Yep. Or like one tier lower than the gospel.
Yeah. And I do think that too. Like, it's funny though, because like even thinking about how big cancel culture has gotten, like we're still listening to people and being like, oh, but that person's an expert. Like, it's like, haven't we stopped like propping up people, or like, maybe low key not stopping propping people up. We just like to, play other people so we can prop those other people way more up or something.
I think that has something to do with people wanting to feel like how do I say this nicely? That they have a significant role in something, like, oh yeah, I did something. I got them close. It was like, oh, because they don't share my views or whatever. It's like, oh, because you said this and I don't like it, I can make you disappear. Because yes, this is your thing and everything, but this is our community. Like, this is what I feel like, so that's what everyone else should do.
Yeah, I think it's funny because that made me think of like Twitter. I'm sorry, it's not funny when you bring up Twitter, but like it's funny because we all know where it's about to go. People are always talking about how you can't have a nuanced conversation on Twitter because people will be like, hey, I like cereal. And they'll be like, what about the other breakfast items?
Do you know what goes into cereal? Do you?
Right. So I feel like to a certain degree, there's almost too much now, a little bit. Like, I think it's kind of cool, though, that you can go on Twitter and kind of like see people in real time thinking the same way you're thinking. Like, honestly, I even think from like just trying to figure out like, hey, what do people think? Like, it's kind of good to do that to a certain degree on Twitter if you have diverse things that you're into. But Twitter's like, because the way the algorithm is set up now, nothing is diverse. Okay, you like one tweet about something, like all the rest of your tweets are like centered around. Like if I tweet about like One Piece, I'm getting all the One Piece tweets afterward. Like, have you not seen? Like, Elon Musk is going nuts. Okay, like the algorithm is on caffeinated.
Yeah, no. Look, I feel like I'm lucky in the sense that I've got involved with Twitter or Instagram or any real social media for real. At least not. Yeah, there's one for the podcast itself, but not one for me personally. But I see what you mean. Like, and I think I've read something about that. It's like how the algorithm is like it's made to make people mad because that's what makes people more engaged. Well, I guess it's like the flip side. It's like you get the thing that you want.
Yeah.
But you also get the thing that you really despise.
Yeah.
which is like, which makes you want to respond in whatever way and find the social group that you was like, hey, did you guys see this? Which I guess goes back to the whole commentary is like, I don't like this one. What do you think? And then if you don't like it, I don't want to be with you.
Right. And then it's kind of funny that you were like saying that because I have been on a social media break. I didn't expect to be on it so long, but I seriously don't feel like a need to go back. Because like every time I try to open one of the apps back up, I'm just like, no, like you dip a toe in and you're like, it's not as fun as it used to be. Like, I don't know. Like, and then so I'm almost feeling like maybe we're getting like commentary overload now. Like, you know, if you think about back like when we didn't have as much social media going on, like the most commentary you would hear was like, I don't know, like a morning show host talking about such and such over a little coffee cup with another person. And like, that's it. And then you're going about your day and you see people post up like little pictures of flowers and you call it like please,
Not the flowers.
Instagram used to be so basic. You would just post a photo of something random and be like, this is my day-to-day. Bye. It's like, how do we go from that to like now everybody's like, you know, what's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on that? Like now I almost feel like I'm disconnected from the news too. Like I had to search for the news because so much of it was ingrained in my social media.
Yeah, I feel for the news aspect of that, I think Trump had a lot to do with that because there was a good section of really, let's be honest, his whole presidency, this man was always on the news doing something.
Yeah.
Something I don't always, no. I feel like I disagree with Trump 99%. There's this one good thing that he's done, and I'm like, all right, cool, you got that.
I don't know. Send me checks.
Mind you, not one good thing. He made the Space Force. I'm like, all right, this makes sense. Maybe he's to defend the aliens. Makes sense. Other than that, wild president.
I mean, honestly, I enjoy Space Force only because it brought us that TV show. Like, I love the TV show with Steve Carell. Like, that's one of my. It's just a fun show to put on. Okay, it's funny and like I do feel like we gotta give it up to him that people have a ton of joke material to work with him. Like the jokes just kept coming.
Well, again, the man's wild. He's currently has what 91 indictment.
91. I don't have any. And I like that's crazy. That's crazy to me. Like, I'm like, how many? He just did so much crazy stuff. Like I was even listening. Here we go with the commentary. I was listening to a podcast.
It's all connected. It was coming around.
Okay, even though I haven't been on social media, I've been listening to hella podcasts. Okay, not even gonna lie, I have been, but I like it. It's been getting me through like work a lot. I will say like having another voice to hear, but the people around me has been helping me like focus in on my work a little bit. And then you also have like something to kind of like listen to that you can kind of like think about. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. But now I can't remember how it tied to Trump. It's okay.
I was saying the news cycle and like while you were like being spammed with like news and everything, I feel like he played a big part of that along with the pandemic with everyone being basically by themselves. And so it's like more what news was, supposed to be news, factual and everything. I feel like it took a shift towards more bias depending on where you get your news from and everything. But I feel like on social media, because of the fact that, like we said before, how it feeds you either the things that you really do like or the things you really don't like, I think that played a huge part into it.
Yeah, that's true. I'd say that was the big shift on like a social media aspect, but like the news has always been kind of biased. Like it, like because why don't we watch Fox News? It's like, we know what's there. Like we don't want it. It's okay. It's for somebody. It's not for me. It's okay. But like I think if anything, like he did at least make me think more about like, okay, I gotta get more serious about like getting news from different places. So you can actually piece it together and be like, what's the actual story here without all the fluff and trying to sell the articles,
sweeping things under the rug. It's like, oh yeah, they did this. But what about what we don't talk about what we did? We'll focus on what they did.
Right. So I do feel like that's been pretty crazy. Then also just because like I think if anything, because he's made it so polarized, like people feel like they have to be like extreme. Like they have to be extreme. So that also, I think, kind of like led to this, like the more of the extremes being more of like the main culture, I guess. Because I feel like beforehand, at least it wasn't prevalently like out. Now it's kind of like, look around, tie your shoe, and someone's out here going like make America great again and wearing them little hats. And it's like, yo, he is way out of left field. Like, why would you want to support this dude? So
I have a thought on that, but I will say I feel like that also plays a part into it with social media being so focused on commentary. Especially in this aspect, with it being so extreme, I feel like only the extreme people are talking more so it makes it seem like they are bigger than what they really are, when really people are like more so in the middle. But because things are so polarized, it seems like if they talk about anything, people already automatically say, oh, you think this, oh, you're with them. But when in reality, most people are probably more in the middle but they just don't say anything.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, actually. They talk about that a lot because, like, when I was getting, like, my planning degree and stuff, I was really in my planning bag. I'm trying to get back in that. But they were talking about how, like, the true test of, like, getting good public engagement is getting those people that are, like, indifferent. Like, they don't really mind this. They don't really mind that.
That's
like you really want to get the indifferent people's opinions so you can really tell, like, okay, if I can get an indifferent person to tell me what they're actually passionate about, and then we could just focus on that instead of this other polarizing stuff that people want you to be focused on, then like that's gonna make the real change, or that's gonna make someone want to kind of like shift and kind of like do things differently. And maybe feel like their voice can be heard outside of all that, like, who's ever loud,
Yeah. And PSA, just because you're the loudest person does not mean you're right.
Yeah, because I mean, I do think a lot of people equate, like, loud or even, like, famous being like your voice, that doesn't make your voice then more important. And also, I think to a certain degree we can't also try and like not prop them up, but like you make them feel more important the more attention you give to like the louder people and like things like that, and if you shift away from that and go to the people who like aren't as loud, then like that's what people are going to start shifting. We're like herd mentality or whatever. Right? And it can be like a double-edged sword, but I feel like you can use it for a good thing if you move in the herd towards like, hey,
something positive.
Let's be more in the middle. Like, let's just chill out.
I'm putting it on Taylor Swift and Beyonce. They can do it. They have the popularity to do
that's true.
Anything.
Yeah.
Imagine those two say the same thing at the same time. It's over. The plan is over.
Beyonce told me to go ahead and quit my job. And she was right. And she was right. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, Beyonce, please, I have this job. It seems not right. No, she was right. She was right. I shouldn't have even tried to question her. I should have just did it as soon as I heard it. I'm gonna tell everybody right now. As soon as you heard the song, if you hear the song in your heart right now, go ahead and quit that job. That's crazy.
Don't worry about it.
Why are you still there?
You don't have to worry about it. You'll find a way. Quit your job right now.
Hit my personal life. You know what was crazy? I actually No, this is actually really funny. Literally, before I got into my apartment, I met this lady in the elevator. And for some reason, I was just feeling it in my heart. I was like, yeah, girl, I just quit my job. She was like, I just quit my job 4 months ago.
The power of Beyonce is influencing everyone.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know if you listen to Beyonce. All I know is we out here quitting jobs, okay? If they're not serving you, it's whatever. Leave.
Absolutely.
Leave. If you already feeling like quitting the job, it's time to quit. Like,
let's just move on over to your next job.
Figure it out or make a plan. Something. You gotta quit that thing. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I believe in you.
We believe in you. You got it. Even though I don't know you whatsoever.
I don't know nothing about it. Now, if you got kids, be careful. Like, let me just go ahead and put that PSA out there. If you got kids or pet, let's just calm down a second.
If you have responsibilities, like
right. Let's make an exit plan, friends. Let's not quit it just yet.
Don't listen to me. Don't do what this whole episode's about. Yeah. Like listen to the people.
But if you're pet, listen, childless, quit that job. Anyways, okay, I'm done. So serious. Actually, I'm actually very serious.
But you said something earlier about how everyone are now starting to listen to podcasts and everything.
Yeah.
I know for me, at least there was a shift from listening to music to listening to podcasts because music for me, I enjoy it. I can sing a song or not. But yeah, I can sing a song and everything. But I get bored of saying the same. Like once I know what's coming up, I get bored. Like I enjoy it to an extent, but that's why I at least enjoy podcasts is because I can never predict what's going to happen. So I have to tune in and like actually give it more of my focus instead of it just playing in the background.
You know what's actually been the funny part for me lately is because I've been listening to so many podcasts. Like I actually have found podcasts where I like have to take a break from it because I can tell what's about to happen. So I'm like, it's like you can't tell, but you kind of can. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, I gotta go on to something else. I gotta switch it up. Like I have podcasts that I have to switch out of and go to other one and be like, okay, now I'm listening to this one because like that's my jam. But now that was getting kind of old, kind of whack. I don't know. Gotta switch the other ones. So, like not even whack. Like honestly, any podcast that I listen to, I love them. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't think I've listened to a podcast yet that I've like been like actively hated on. Now I will say I'm not a scripted podcast person. Like if they're like, yeah, this is like a mystery haunted something, and we're supposed to be like going through and they're supposed to be like immersing you into I don't know, man. I haven't been able to do those.
I haven't seen anything like that, but that to me feels, at least just hearing it, that sounds like film. Like that sounds like a TV show.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do listen to TV shows, but like I like cooking shows. If it seems like the plot, like I can't listen to that while I'm working because then I'm like I'm trying to keep up with the plot and then I'm trying to like do numbers. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, no, I've learned really quickly when I was back in high school. I was like, oh yeah, I can do math and watch TV at the same time. No, I cannot because I am focused on. I'm like, now I need to pay attention. Like, what's going on here? Nothing will get done. And imagine watching anime. I don't know what's going on. I can just look away for 2 seconds and know what's going on. No, I cannot.
Actually, like I'm really bad. I'm one of those people that people be talking about because like I only really watch dub. Like, sub is so hard for me. Not because like, and it's funny because for some reason like I can't do it with anime, but like a Korean drama I'll watch like subbed. like I'm really weird about it. Like I was binging the heck out of like Hospital Playlist. Y'all should watch it. It was really good, and I was like binging the heck out of it. And then like I'm trying to watch the last season of Naruto because I couldn't find the dubbed version on like I think what were we watching on like Hulu or something. And so then we had to go and watch Cartoon Online, and it's only subbed. And I was like, I still have not finished it. I'm telling you right now, I have not gone back and watched it in like, it's been a couple months. I'm not even gonna, it's okay. Y'all can judge me out on the internet.
That's fine. I'm, in my hearts of heart, I'm a dub person. But I like One Piece. And I did not really feel like waiting until we got dubbed. So I'm like, all right, let me go to this sub.
See, I feel like stuff like that I can work with. Like I've been doing that with like My Hero Academia and like a little bit Spy X Family. I kind of got out of it. Like I can't do more than like 1 to 2 episodes. Like it has to be like one episode. I'm seeing it for like that week, and then the next week I got the next episode. Like I can do it like that. But if I try to binge them, like at some point my brain gets tired of reading the screen.
Well, I can only read and watch the show at the same time for so long.
I'm like, okay, I am exerting a lot of effort, and I wanted this to be real low effort. Like I'm sorry, I'm American in that way. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, imagine like, wait, what did they just say? And you just have to keep. All right, go back 10 seconds. Go back 10 seconds. Go back 10 seconds. Let me read it, then watch it. Read it and watch it.
All right. And then I'm like, this almost makes me want to like learn the language because I'd be like, yo, if I just learned the language, it would be like my life would be 10 times easier.
It would. Something I read which was really funny. It's like, oh yeah, learn a different language. Why? Learning a different language gives you access to a different part of the internet. I'm like, that's crazy. That is definitely crazy, but that is very true.
That's true. Like I took French in high school, and I've been trying to keep it up and like learn more and stuff. And at one point when I was on Twitter and stuff, I started seeing tweets in French, like literally out of nowhere. I didn't even like, it wasn't like I looked up tweets in like literally people just started tweeting in French on my timeline. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start, taking notes. I'm going to start taking all them notes because now I'm going to try to figure out, okay, like.
What are you saying to me? What are you saying to me?
I'm tapped in.
Yeah. I've been teaching myself languages since 2016. Spanish, Russian, Arabic. Spanish was the longest. Russian and Arabic came 2 years ago. So I might be part of that spy family. I might be part of that spy family.
You know what? You have been a Duolingo warrior, and you keep me, motivated that I could do it at one point. I don't know if I could. I'm like, I've really been trying. The best I could get was like a 3-day streak. And then for some reason, like after a while, the bird just be looking at me disappointed. You coming back? When you coming back?
Look, that bird is disrespectful. It's so disrespectful.
Oh my gosh. The bird got from disrespectful to sad for me. Like I put a widget, and now like if you're not doing any sort of like streak, the bird just looked like he about to pass out. Like,
see, that's why I didn't get that widget. That is exactly why I don't have that widget.
He's like, I'm sad. I'm destitute. Like, sir, I just didn't learn Spanish for 3 days. Please stop being like this.
That owl has some problems.
I mean, seriously, you need to go ahead. You need to see somebody. That's all right, though.
Someone don't harass the whole population. I don't know how we even got to this devious owl.
If you want to deviate from a conversation, I can.
Tyler, I told you we can get on as many tangents as we want here.
Oh gosh. Yep, we got to the bird. That's how you know.
So going back to, I think it was Bird, Beyonce, Trump, to the general question.
The general question.
Of commentary, social media. But do you think there's like a pro or con or to anything with the social media being all commentary?
I think the pro is that there's a lot more information out there for people who wouldn't have been able to get to it otherwise. Like a lot of the reason why I've been able to kind of like also just do a lot of like self-reflecting and stuff like that is because, like there are therapists like commenting like online and actual healthcare professionals who are like sending stuff out, just giving us information. Like, and I feel like we're in a time where like that's never happened before the same kind of way.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I feel like even that, or like it can just lead you to like a lot of good things. So I do feel like if you use the internet responsibly, it can be super, super helpful. Like personal growth. I feel like if you make it about, I feel like with social media, you got to be kind of like selfish in a way where like you're only doing stuff that's kind of like serving you or making you happy. And it's like, if you're not doing it like that, then it just starts getting like weird, like you're just getting weird. Like now you're on there and you're just trying to flex on people, or like you're just like trying to get the next. Oh my gosh, who's that guy? Like Joe Rogan?
Let's see. There's Joe Rogan. There's Jake Paul. There's Logan Paul.
Right? He's one of them.
Oh yeah, Andrew.
Yeah, there we go. I knew him. I clocked it. But you know, them kind of people, you know, you gotta be careful. I think sometimes like the stuff that's kind of like, oh, that's what I was thinking about. Okay, so from that podcast, finally brought it back. Then we're talking about how like it's easy. It was easier for Trump to like promote what he was standing on, because literally all he was doing was being like, white people, we're gonna make America better for y'all. And she was like, people who actually want to do like good, they're not gonna do something like punchy. They're gonna be like, we're actually trying to do things to better everybody and serve all people. And like, you know, it's not catchy, it doesn't have a ring to it. So you're not gonna get like the clicks and the likes and all this other stuff. People are gonna be like, boo, you're boring. Like
this took longer than 5 seconds. I'm done.
And a lot of times, like the stuff that's kind of like peaceful and nice and like probably better for you is typically boring. I feel like, you know, we're so like adrenaline rushed and stuff too, that like people don't know how to be bored. Like sometimes y'all, boredom. That's it. Pass it on.
Well, you said two things. Hitting on the point of boredom. I think that's real. Yeah, boredom is a key factor for just human evolution, or at least just to make things better for a general body of people. Because before the internet, when you weren't as distracted as that, that's how we got. I'm trying to think of something that we had before the internet. That's how we got cars. Like people, like that's how like things got. People just had time to actually think on whatever. It's like, all right, let's make this happen.
You know, people used to have time to sit next to a tree, get hit in the head with an apple, and think, hey, that's gravity. Like,
that's a force. Wait a minute.
Right? Like, why are we not, you know, like creating new mathematical discoveries and all this other stuff? Like, bro, we don't have any time to be bored. We're constantly like either in consumption or doing something. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm anti-rise and grind Twitter. I'm anti-rise and grind. I'm not a rise and grinder. I'm gonna go to sleep, think about it. You know.
She offers someone else's like, look, you already did it. Like, you already figured that out. You got the hard. Thank you. I'm copying you.
And it's like, listen, the people who take their time and slow down and do all this other stuff and just kind of like, you know, sit in it. Like, I mean, I feel like sometimes that's when you're really kind of like, all right, I'm having epiphanies. Like, you know, I'm really in my bag.
Which is my sister says, like, you're doing something different because you have free time, and that's dangerous. She told me that. I'm like, wait a minute. It's like, not only are you doing all X, Y, and Z, is like, but you have time to actually just sit down and think. You carved out time for that. You're dangerous. I'm like, you might actually be Big Brother.
If you can sit down and have free time and your laundry's done, you a dangerous person. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not have laundry done.
Look, I got one of those things done. And I promise you, there's a pile of clothes on my bed right now. So, the other thing I wanted to say before it leaves my mind completely is the con of everything being commentary is the fact that you can find the thing that you're looking for. Like, if you look hard enough, it is going to be out there. So you might not always get that balance or a check. It's like, this is actually not right. Like, look,
I do think sometimes it's good to be around like-minded people. But then at some point, are we just being around people who are just repeating the same stuff that we want to hear? I said, now you're just around like yes men.
Exactly.
And like, no, we don't, you can't be a person who can't take your opinions being challenged. You know, like, I feel like even when I get mad, like, I feel like, okay, naturally we're all a little kind of like defensive. Like, we have to have defenses of it at a certain point because, you know, sometimes you're right and you gotta stand on it, you know, and that's okay. But also, it's sometimes like we have our defenses so high and everybody has to feel like they have to be right so much that like we can't even handle commentary that challenges what we think. You know, and I feel like that can be kind of like harder to do, is like listen to something that like, not saying like, oh, we need to listen to Andrew Tate. I'm still not doing that. I'm not looking him up. That's not gonna be me. But like if I was like to listen to somebody that I normally listen to and I hear something, I'm like, I normally agree with them, but what the heck was that? But then, you know, if I'm like sitting with it a little bit, I'm like, all right, maybe I need to think about this. It's like, if I feel like, okay, I'm getting it from a reliable source and I know that most of the time I agree with them, like, unless you like know for real, like, you know what I mean? Like, unless you're like, yo, that was wild. Like, like you'll know if it's wild or not, but just like not, you can't never be above like trying to hear something, learn something, and then kind of like learn yourself, because we're like supposed to be evolving people. How do you evolve if all you around is people who fully agree with you all the time?
To me, I think you like to sit in a space that's comfortable.
Yeah.
But at a point in time, like you will have to shake things up a little bit.
Yeah. I do think people grow more in the uncomfortability. Like, I will say I have been uncomfortable all year. Like, I'm in my uncomfortable season, okay? But it's like, I feel like I've been doing so much like stuff that I didn't think. I was like, man, that's not going to be me. And then like, it was me. I was there. I was staring myself in the face like, dang, I said I was going to be this person. And I was like, you know what? Why am I here? You know? And it's like, sometimes when you sitting and you're thinking about like, why are you there? Like, you know, sometimes it's like, dang, it's me. Like,
it is me.
Like, it's kind of me though. Like, I could do something about this. And for some reason I think I can't, but like, it's real. Like, sometimes it be your own mindset messing you up. So I had to be like Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. I'm not gonna sing it, y'all. I'm not Michael Jackson. I was thinking about it. I was close.
We almost got you. Almost got you.
But if it had been a different song, I probably would have started up. It's okay though.
I can keep doing this, but I think we got our hour.
Stop! Like, what are you laughing about?
I want to keep going. I want to keep going. But
I'm good.
No, I was say my last little piece. If you have anything else, but I think that's just the other flip side to the other negative thing is people have a problem with who the messenger is. Because let's just say Andrew Tate, right? Yeah. He just said, what's something really provocative like you really should do? It's like, oh, let's say he says, I don't know, invest in your mental health. Go to therapy. Let's just say he said that. And just because it's Andrew Tate, he's like, no, I'm not listening to this man. Yeah. And then he's like, all right. But I think that's just the other negative side is like people have a problem with who the messenger is. Yeah.
I can see that too. Because like if the messenger doesn't look like who you think it should, I will say it's a double-edged sword, but I've always grown up. And my dad always told me this. He was always like, you can get something from anybody. And it's like, he's not wrong. Like, you can. It's like, you just have to know. You just have to not be so off-put that you can't be like, they're right. Like, they're still, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, they still probably not great people. But they might be right.
Take the good, leave the bad. Take the good, leave the bad.
You know, take the good, leave the bad, and just call it a day. Like, you know, it's like, hey, listen, you know, what's the thing that people be saying? A broken clock is right twice a day. Sometimes it be like that, okay? Sometimes it's up there.
It's 12 somewhere. It's 12 somewhere.
We at the top of the hour.
You're welcome back anytime. I had a great time. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna end it roughly right here.
Do the thing though. Do the thing.
No.
The thing.
No. Hold up. Do you have anything you want to do? Like, say how people can find you if they want to find you.
If you want to find me, don't do that. I don't like to be seen. Hey, if you looking for me, don't. For real. Don't hit my line. If you see me in the street, walk away from me. Like
that's okay. That's perfectly fine.
I can't remember the name of my Instagram or nothing though. That like if I'm gonna just keep it for real with y'all. Like I can't remember anything. I've been on social media so long. I mean, if you find me, hey, maybe you might find me through Julian's podcast, Instagram thing, and I'm one of the followers. If you see me, send me something, tell me that you saw this. If you can figure out what my name is, okay, but maybe don't. Maybe don't. Woo! Oh wait, I am on Wambling Weeds though. You should listen to that.
Say it again.
Wambling Weeds.
Wambling Weeds.
Where we talk about anime. I am the person who has seen the least amount of anime, so I'm always asking the most questions. I am the baby anime watcher. I'm not like one of these people who just jumped on the hype train, okay? Like people had to bring me to this unwillingly. In which my friends, like I had watched stuff beforehand, but like I really got deep in the bag during like COVID and isolation. Because I mean, like there's so many episodes and stuff, so you're just like, yo, this is great.
You have that time to think. You have that time
right.
to think.
I look at me. I sat in isolation. I was vibing. I was like, really being myself. Now I can cook. And I watch anime.
Let's go.
Hey, if you want a pot of spaghetti, hit my line.
But don't actually do that.
Right, but don't. Ooh, I told my family that once. Anyways, I'm telling y'all, Julia about to do the thing.
All right. Yes. The thing. All right. So the quote of the day is from Soren Soren Kierkegaard. That's his name. Soren Kierkegaard. Look, I was trying. They can find it up at some point in time. But his quote is one. Hold on. Look. I have a note down and everything. I'm just gonna read.
You got it.
Look, no, I'm not gonna try to say his name. All right. But there are two ways to be fooled. One, to believe what isn't true. The other is to refuse to believe what is.
I feel that. That's good. Because of what we were talking about. That was good.
Look. I thought about this one. I think this is the one.
That was eating. And your big brother. That ate.
And our big brother. Look.
That ate. For real. Like that really ate.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that resonates with you just a little bit. Just like, let's sprinkle it. Just
it's sitting on me.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
The more of the thing. If you like what you heard, find more episodes of Not Enough Questions on Spotify or wherever you find podcasts. There is a Twitter and an Instagram. Both are called NEQ Pod for both of them. And then there's a Patreon, Not Enough Questions Pod.
That's what's up.
I finally remembered to do see, you got it. I got to remember to do all the things. Here's the proper outro. Don't forget to ask yourself, ask others, and never stop asking questions. See you.
Hey, see.
If you enjoyed the episode, there are a couple of different ways to support our show. Leaving a review, following us on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, or even becoming a supporter on Patreon for $2 or $5 a month. There, you'll have access to never-before-released visual episodes, funny bloopers, polls, and you can even pose a question. The links can be found in the description. The easiest way to support us is by telling a friend. Thanks for listening.